Hey everyone, happy Monday night and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live video. Popping on just a few minutes after 7. I was working on prepping my catalogs and I needed to wait till my printer was done printing so there wasn't that noise in the background. So let's start again. So just popping on a few minutes after 7, that gives me a chance to check my settings and let Facebook know that I've gone live. Welcome to my happy space, aka my stamp room. This is where you will find me majority of my days. There is so much happening in the world these days, and I don't know about you, but when I come home from work and I just need that little bit of downtime, and you will find me here in my craft room creating away, listening to music, and it really truly just de-stresses the soul. I am trying something new tonight because I have been noticing that I'm not getting comments, even though I know there's people here. So I'm going to see if I can see it on my laptop. So give me a moment while I figure this all out, as it's new. But if you're here, if you're new, welcome to the Stamp with Ann community. And if you are one of my followers, thank you for joining me tonight. I go live every week. So what I do is I pick a product of the week and then I showcase that product in different ways. So usually I do a scrapbook page and then I will showcase it in a card class to go. Sometimes I switch it up. Last week we did some mystery stamping and I heard that you guys really liked that. And then Wednesdays are always a class to go, but the Monday nights might be switched up a bit. Tonight, I'm actually showing you how to build a scrapbook page from a sketch. I don't know about you, but when I'm in a creative funk or like my creative mojo is out the window, I will turn to a sketch because I find that gets my creative juices flowing. I will search Pinterest. I will case a fellow demonstrator, and that's just enough to be like, okay, they're rolling. Now you can do your own thing. Okay, so if you are watching, can you say hi? Let me know. This is so different that I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I have no idea. Hopefully I can see your comments come up. And if I can't, I will definitely go back and answer them later. Maybe this is better. I can see it this way. Okay. So if you follow me on my 90 night, make sure you like, comment, and share my video because that's the best compliment you can give us. Give me. And it's just a way of saying like, thanks for following me. But it also shows your rest of your friends what you're doing. And then we want those friends to join us because the more people we have crafting with us, the better that it is. We want more people in our community. Sorry, I'm like just playing around with this screen thing here. And I don't know. It's just, I don't understand Facebook, but maybe I'll just leave it there and go from there. Okay. But so I always start my videos with chocolate. Some people start their videos with a mug of coffee. Some start with drinking coffee or tea. I'm a chocolate holic. I have to have chocolate every day to get me through the afternoon. And I'm still clearing off my container that I'm working on. But I have a bucket over there that has a lot of new other things. So I really want to make sure I add to it. So I've slowly been eating these. Peanut butter and chocolate right now is like my favorite. So I'm excited. So let's put this away. As I said to you, I have a lot to show you tonight. First of all, we're going to talk about the last chance list. Our catalogs are almost done, new ones starting, and then I have a scrapbook page to share with you. We are featuring this week the textured note stamp set and the gorgeous textured note dies. This is a bundle, which is actually part of a suite. So when I flip the camera down, I'm going to show you all that. I was really sad when the deckled rectangles retired. I was like, no, like I like those just the same as I love the deckle circles, but they are sadly retired and no longer available. But when these came out and I saw my friends using them, I was like, what is that? So I had to purchase it and I'm so glad I did because I truly do like them. And I'm excited to show you the DSP and all the products that are in this suite. It's actually a suite. So let's get started. As I said, I'm going to flip the camera, but if you're here, please say hi. I just want to make sure I can see comments. And please like, comment, and share my video. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter because you guys are the first ones to find out on Monday morning what I'm featuring in my Facebook Lives for the week. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you here. And then on Sunday, I give you a recap video email that shows you all the things that we done that week and link you back to the video. So let's flip the camera. I wish I could show you my beautiful front gardens. The tree is starting to bloom, but I'm telling you, I can't. Like this, I get the west sun and it's just like beaming in my eyes. Like you would think that it was just, okay. I think that is good. Let me see. How does my view look here? I don't think. All right. I think we're good there. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for a minute just to say. All right. So let's, if Kathy, you can let me know how the view looks or if I need to move over, that would be great. I'm just kind of trying to play it here a bit on my screen. All right. So let's not chalk. Let's talk annual catalog. So our 2024-2025 annual catalog is sadly retiring. This catalog is done on May 5th. So there's a lot of products in here that are carrying over to our last chance list. And some are carrying over into our new catalog, or if they're not in the new catalog, they might be featured online in our online exclusives. I'm sad there's a lot of products that are leaving. Some of my favorites, some of them I have to decide, do I keep them or let them go? But I don't want you to miss out on that last chance list. So make sure you check that out. I also want to remind you that our January to April catalog is also retiring on May 5th. And there's items in here that are carrying over, and there's items on here that are on that last chance list. So we definitely want to make sure you grab those items before they sell out. Maybe you're sitting on the fence going, oh, like, should I get that? Shouldn't I? Well, I want to make sure you do get it because we don't want you to miss out. Kathy says, looks great. Awesome. And you can hear me okay, Kathy? That's another thing I just want to make sure. So make sure you go to my online store. The easiest way is go to my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com. Click shop now, and it'll take you to my online store. And then check out Last Chance. You will see tons of product in there that is discounted and ready to find a new crafting home. All right, I'm so excited about this new catalog. The most thing I think I'm excited about is I'm excited to have just one catalog for a few months before the mini comes out. But I'm excited to share this with you. Stampin' Up! Really listened to our concerns from last year, and they brought some of those features back that we love. Showcasing all the designer series paper, showcasing, having that little N symbol that showcases whether things are new. There's a whole page on embellishments, a whole page on ribbon, a whole page on dies. So I'm excited to show that with you, but I'm also excited because there's tons of scrapbooking products in here. If you are thinking, hey, I like your scrapbooking products, Ann, but I don't know where to start, we've got lots of products to help you with that. Oh, Kathy says, you bet. Perfect. Thanks, Kathy. So I'm excited to share this catalog with you, but I can't show in the inside until May 6th, which is like next Tuesday. I can't even believe we're at the end of April. Where did April go? All right, let's dive into our product of the week, and then I'll show you what we're doing. As I showed you the stamp set, I am showcasing the Textured Note Bundle, which is part of the Botanical Textured Suite. Say that 5 times. In this suite, so I'm going to talk about what's in the suite. You get the Textured Note stamp set. I really like this one because it says a little note of appreciation. I don't think we've ever had a saying like that before, so I really like that. And it says, seriously, you are the best. Love the leaves, and I love the different types of, I'm going to call them like materials. Let's call them materials. Textured materials. And then, as I said, you get these gorgeous dies. I will let you know that the dies are not available right now, which means the bundle's not available or the suite. But the reason why I wanted to show you this suite this week is because it's due back in the warehouse very soon, and I don't want you to miss out. These dies are gorgeous. I love how each die has a different design around them, which is super nice. So that is the Textured Notes design bundle. Also in this suite is this beautiful mini corrugated 3D embossing folder. So it's one of our thick embossing folders. And we're going to be using this on Wednesday night. So make sure you set your alarm for Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and join me back here for a Facebook Live. I'm going to show you how to use some cards with this class, to make some cards using this product. So super nice. I really like that one. Also comes with these gorgeous neutral matted dots. And let me show you these. I'll just pull them out of the thing. So there's white, black, very vanilla, or actually basic beige and pecan. And you get 160 of these little embellishments. Super nice. So if you're looking for like that perfect embellishment, maybe for like masculine cards, these are it. Or just that neutral card embellishments, these are the ones you're going to want to add to your list. So super nice. We're going to be using those on Wednesday also. So, in this suite also is this gorgeous, I've used this a lot actually, white ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch white ribbon, but it kind of has like a bit of texture through it. I'll kind of hold it up. But what I like about it, it's really thin and it's easy to tie. I don't know about you, but I love ribbon and I love embellishments and I love twine, but sometimes our ribbon is hard to work with. So I'm super excited that you could use this. I haven't tried coloring it with my stamping blends, but I bet you could do that too. So hi Barb, thanks for joining us tonight. So definitely want to add that if you're a ribbon person. Okay, so we all, I don't know about you, but we all love pattern paper. Now the neat thing about this botanical textured suite, it has 2 different sets of designer series paper. This one is called Woven Textures, and that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like someone took, this looks like carpet and they just blew it up. This looks like a basket and they blew it up to figure out what it was, and then you got those textures. So there's only 4 patterns in this paper, but you get 12 sheets. You get 3 each of 4 designs. Great paper. We're actually using this tonight. I'm going to show you how to use that on a scrapbook layout. Here is the paper number for that. I'll bring that down so you can see it. Basic beige, crumb cake, early espresso, gray granite, and pecan pie are the colors that are in that. Also, what is neat about this suite, it has another set of designer series paper called the Botanical Textures. Here is that ordering number, and it's black. You can't go wrong with black and white paper. This one here, I love that you can actually use it to color with your Stampin' Blends or your watercolored crayons or markers. But I love the different textures, different designs, and I love that you have that like just black and white look and a little bit of like a gray in there. We're also going to be using more of this on Wednesday night, so you just want to set your alarms for that. Okay. So that is everything I have. Oh, I'll show you a couple other things we're using tonight. If you've been following me in my Monday night lives, you know that I love to add titles to my scrapbook pages. I'm super excited that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with albums in the new catalog. So we can start ordering those on May 6th because I need another album. All these scrapbook pages that we've been doing for the past year, I need another album. And I need to order paper for my Canon selfie so I can start printing photos. We're using the mini alphabet. What I love is just one thing. I'm actually going to grab, I wanted to show you how I decided to sort my letters. So when you use this die, you actually get all these letters at once. So if you did them all in white, all in brown, black, purple, pink, blue, green, whatever you want, you're going to be left over with all these letters. And I had them in a bowl, and I'm not going to lie, that was a lot of work. I literally had to sort and sort and sort, and it took me so long that I would get like frustrated to the point that I would be like, you know what, we're just going back to just cutting them out at once. Then I was looking in my room, and I have these beautiful cupcake holders, antique cupcake holders that my mother-in-law gave me. I had seen a neat idea and was telling her about it one day, and I was like, oh, like, do you know where I can find some? And she went into her cupboard and pulled out 2, and she's like, you can have them. I don't need them. I'm like, are you sure? Because these look like they're great ones for tarts. And she's like, nope, nope. So it was perfect. So what I did was, I'm going to kind of hold it up on the side. I just used a Post-it note and tape, and I wrote ABC all the way to like the whole alphabet. I did like 3 letters in each, except for the last one, it has 4. So I'm just going to kind of hold that for a minute to see if you can see that. And then what I do is when I cut that die, I put all the letters in the right little pockets. So on the weekend when I sat down to create my scrapbook page, I didn't have to go cut out. I first digged in here and I was like, oh, I have most of the letters that I need to create that. The only thing I needed to do was add like a couple more M's. So I ran it through and I was able to get it. I love this. I love the fact that it's easy. If I wanted a early espresso P and I know I already have it, I can easily find it. So just a little tip. I'm sure you can use some other little containers, but for me, this is what I found has worked and I really, really like it. It's just easy. And my other one that I have in my room has all my embellishment containers in it. So that's a really neat way. So if you're a person who likes to antique or shop, maybe you will find that somewhere. All right, the other thing we're using tonight is, and I have to admit, I just got these because I believe these are carrying over, is the Spotlight on Nature dies. I haven't even put them into onto my magnetic frames, but I will. I have seen so many beautiful projects with these, and I'm so glad that I decided to get them. They are gorgeous. So we are using these tonight. So I'm excited to show those with you. All right, so let's get started. As I said to you, I have decided when I was trying to figure out what kind of product I want to use for the week. Actually, I know I need to grab my little mini boss cut here. I was like, I want to start showing you different techniques and things like that. So I was like, you know what? Let's show you, I've always showed you how to use a card sketch to make a card. I thought it would be fun to show you how to make a scrapbook sketch and build a scrapbook. So this is, it's a little blurry because I kind of expanded it. But this is a sketch that I found online. And I'm super excited to tell you that in our new catalog, there's actually sketches. So I'm excited for that. There's card sketches, tag sketches, and scrapbook sketches. So when I kind of looked at this, I was like, how do I build that element? So to me, this would be my big background, like my 12 by 12. This would be like a little piece in the center. These would be my photo mats. Maybe this would be your journaling. And then you're going to accent it here. So we're going to build upon that. So I'm actually going to leave this over here because I think that will help you when I create. And I've cut out the pieces just to help us throughout the time frame. And then when we're done, I'm going to actually show you how I created it into a double page because I just flipped the page like I flipped it. I am using our 12 by 12 white willow two-tone cardstock. I'm super excited. In our new catalog, we have 50 colors of the new two-tone cardstock. It is gorgeous. You're going to want to add them slowly to your collection. You can do them all at once, but you might want to be a demonstrator to do that because it's a little costly. So I have that. And I have a piece of that woven texture designer series paper. So right there. And then I have 2 strips. Now I'm going to put all these measurements up on my blog. So what I'm going to do is I will upload this video probably like Thursday or Friday. It will be on my blog and I will show you the page, the sketch, and then I will create, oops, I forgot to cut these down. To 10, I believe. Let me just check this. So actually I'll just do it over here. So I'm just going to measure this. This is 10. So I want to make sure my strips are 10. I think I messed up and then I didn't cut them. I will include the sketch and the measurements so you could recreate this at home, and then you'll have the video so you can go step by step and watch me as I do it. It's like I'm crafting with you in your craft room. All right, so let's put this down, and you know that I like to make sure that everything is kind of in the middle, centered, and honestly, I don't measure, I just wing it, because that's what scrapbooking is all about. You can never have a right or wrong. And that's the neat thing, like we could all have the exact same ingredients, cardstock, paper, inks, and ours would always look different. Okay, I am happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tape, and I hope that I don't run out. I need to order more. It's okay if I do, I'll just switch to glue, but I'm not a fan of the glue. Glue is okay for some things. All right, so I'm going to put my centerpiece down first, and then I'm going to come in and do my strips. This looks like carpet, like they just took a piece of carpet, a picture of carpet, and blew it up, and that's what the pattern they got. I hope you've had a great day. here in Southwest Ontario. It's finally sunny, finally warm. So exciting. So yeah, I started off with just like short sweater and capris, and by the time I got home I was in shorts and a t-shirt because that's how much it warmed up. All right, so as you can see, I have the background, which is here, and then this element here is this. So like right here, let me bring this in so you can see. This element here is what we just created with those 2 pattern papers. I have I believe this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, which would be a 4 by 4 mat. So I just, like, you can totally turn it however you want. It's just a guide. You don't, it's like a sketch is just like a guide. It just kind of gets those creative juices flowing. And then we're going to put one here, and we're going to, actually this would probably be like a journaling box, I think. We're just going to put one here. So I'm just going to leave that there for a minute to make sure I like where I have my pieces. And then I actually saw this cool idea from my friend Rose. So shout out to my friend Rose here in Canada. She used this little silicone thing. It comes with the glass mat. It's actually meant for you to put like little inkers and things like that. And I was like, oh, like I've die cutted out the family. I have my leaves. Like, where am I going to put them? And I was like, oh my gosh, I should use this. It's the perfect way because it holds the pieces that I need for my crafting project. So if you have a glass mat, this comes with it. Make sure you're using it. Like, I just think it's a great idea. So I'm just going to pull that off to the side. And I'm just going to pull that in here. Okay, I'm actually going to move this for a minute because we do have some stamping to do. And I think we need to do, our color is pecan. So let me grab pecan pie to show you that. I wanted to do some stamping, and then we have some die cutting to do. So let's do that. Pecan pie, we're using the large leaf from the textured note stamp set. So you're going to want to have a big block. I would suggest block E for you. You can put it on a D. I just like the bigger block. And we're just going to stamp. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure why there's no dies for these leaves, but I guess they make us want a fussy cut. You know, there's a lot of people out there who like a fussy cut. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're not. It depends on what it is, whether I'm a fan or not. If it's big like this, I can do it. If it's like really teeny and tiny, sometimes that doesn't always work. All right, so let's get out my paper snips. I'm just going to put that over there. I'm going to close my ink pad so I don't stick my hand into it, because that is something that I would do. I'm just going to cut out here so I'm not using this big piece. And actually, I think I need, you know what, let's just cut this too. All right, there we go. All right, so let's put that back there. Let's cut. So this is done in pecan, and then I've actually already stamped 2. One is in crumb cake and one is mossy mellow, which are great earth tone colors. I would love to know, are you a scrapbooker? Is this something you want to get into? I would love to know what kind of things you like to create. I'm trying to work on classes, so I'm looking for some ideas. If you're a demonstrator and you take part in people's classes, I would love to know, like, what do you like to take part in? I was prepping my catalogs, and I need to figure out my classes. So I might have to work on that. The hockey playoffs are cutting into my crafting time in the evenings, because I usually, like last night, my team played, and they started at 6:30. I was up yesterday at 6, 8. Well, I was wide awake at 6. I think I rolled out of bed at like it was early, 6:30, and I was in my room working because I knew that I wanted to watch hockey last night and I needed to get so many things done, and I had a team meeting. So I was like, all right, we're starting our day early. But I'm telling you, when I hit that pillow last night, I was out cold. All right, there's our 3 leaves, so let's just put those over there for now. Let's bring in our Stampin' Mini. And I didn't realize this was on the last chance list, not the Stampin' Cut Emboss, just the boho color limited edition is on the last chance. So, and I actually think it's already sold out, which is so sad because I really did like it. But that's okay. You can still get the white one. So I like the mini one because when I'm doing Facebook Lives, it's easy. And look, my plates still haven't cracked. We're still using them. They still work. Where the big one, I only tend to use the big one when I'm using those big, thick 3D embossing folders. So we're using the Spotlight on Nature dies. If you do not have these dies, I would highly recommend adding them because they are, look, just look at the design, so fun. So we're gonna put that over there. And what I like about it is that they layer. So like this big one layers with this one and vice versa. So we just used this one and now I'm going to use this one. No, I'm actually going to use this one here to layer within it. So that's kind of neat. I like how they layer. So I'm excited to use these because I do believe, you know what, they've been in the catalog for a year and I keep looking at them and then I just never really had the chance to order them, and then I finally did and I'm like so glad I did because I really do like them. So there's that. As you can see, it layers nicely in that one we just did. So that's nice that it's like layers like that. I like when things layer. And if you follow me on my Facebook Live, you're probably thinking, well, Anne, you also like it because it's stitched. And you're totally right. I like it because it is stitched. I'm excited. There's another die set that I don't have and I keep looking. And then probably like February, I was like, oh, I should order it. But then I was like at that stage, I'm like, no, the catalog will be done. It's the perennial postage dies. So now that I know they're carrying over, I will be getting those because I think those are great too. Just going to use my take a pic tool here just to pop out those little images. And we'll put that over there. Let me move this out of our way so we can finish building our layout. All right, so let's bring that back in so you guys can see. Let's bring in our layout here. All right, so I'm just gonna lay these pieces here for a minute so I can figure out how I want to create with that. Up in this corner, we're going to put our leaves. So we're gonna put our pecan leaf down, our green leaf, and then our crumb cake. And then we're going to use that little die that we just had created and put that there. So that could be like a spot for you to write the date, maybe where you were. And then over in this top corner, and I want to make sure I have enough room here, I might need to move some things over. This is why you don't glue things down until you've placed, so you know what you're doing. Okay, so just here, let me just move this. And right here, actually I'm just gonna move this over a little bit more. We're gonna put this big die. So that uses those big stylish shapes. So if I'm looking, so right here is where there's journaling. I'm actually using a die cut. That's where my journaling will be. And I'm actually going to layer this up here. So you know what? Now that I know this is good, let's do, you know what? I'm only going to put a little bit of tape on it just because if I need to pull it off, I can. And when I get to that journaling stage. So let's just put that down so I know that I like that. Let's go ahead and adhere this. And we're just going to tuck that in there. So I'm just kind of lining it up with the edge of my paper. Then I'm going to bring this one in and it overlaps a little bit. And I shouldn't have, you know what, I'm actually going to put this one over here for a minute because I'm going to show you why. All right, so because this is overlapping this picture, I don't necessarily want to put tape up here so that when I put my picture, I can do that. I'm just going to hold that there to remind me not to put tape there. Okay, and now I might just put a little bit. Oh my gosh, I think my tape is getting run down. Oh no, there we go. So I'm just going to pop this up and put that under there. So that just allows me, if I decide I want to put a picture here, I can lift that up and then glue that down. All right, let's go over here and glue down our little flowers, our leaves. So there's our crumb cake. Here is our mossy mellow. Here is our pecan pie. And the same, I'm just gonna put a little dab. I wish we had repositional tape. Maybe I should suggest that. But I'm gonna pop that one up because I like when things are popped up. Okay. Oh, it's sticking. Okay, so let's put that there. There, okay, so you can kind of see the sketch. We've got the 12 by 12, we got the parts in here, we've got our mats, we added a little bit of element and we put our circle. Instead of our journaling up here, we did another die cut, and then down here, we're gonna put our title. So I'm actually gonna move this out of the way for a minute, and I'm gonna bring in this little handy dandy thing right here, and I think you can see my title. So let's just make sure, yeah, I think we're good. So I've already die cut out. We use the mini alphabet set. I'm excited this is carrying over. So you know that I like to make sure we put it down before we glue, because if we put it down and we ran out of room, guess what happens? You're ripping it up and ripping your page, and that's not what we want to do. So put that here. Okay, so it spells family. Now, I probably could use adhesive sheets, which I probably should, but when I'm putting those extra pieces into my container, I don't, like in my muffin tin, I don't necessarily want adhesive sheets because then they'll all stick. Okay, so let's just move this out. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of glue, and actually, just gonna make sure. You know what, I'm gonna start with the Y and work our way backwards. And I'm just gonna do little daubles. And as I get the glue on my finger. Okay. So new catalog starts next week. I'm excited to showcase new product. I have all my projects planned out, or like my product of the week planned out now to the end of June. I kind of was waiting to see because I know there will be some more online exclusives. But also wanted to tell you that it's a great time to join as a demonstrator. Life is crazy right now, and we all need a hobby that we can do to recharge our soul or decompress or, just escape life. And why not do it when you can get a discount? Like that is helping you save money on your crafting supplies. As a demonstrator, you either get 20 or 25% off based on your title. That is something you are interested and you want to be part of a community. My team and I would love to have you. If I ask my team, and I have team members who have been with me for like 10 plus years, the number one thing they say to me is, I love the product, Anne, but it's all about the friendships. And I had a weekend filled with stamping and friendships. Friends, oh my God, it was so great. Saturday I had a class. We did our year in review. I posted a picture. Yesterday I had my team meeting. We had 15 lovely ladies here. It was so much fun. I was like tired by the end of the day, but I watched hockey and it was all good. All right, so here is our layout that we created using this sketch right here. So as I said, this is something that I'm going to be doing more of, is creating a sketch and showing you how to build. So I'll find a sketch online and I'll build the page with you. Because it just, sometimes people struggle when they see this. They're like, well, what do I do with this? This is just a sketch. But the more you use sketches, the easier it becomes, so that when you're looking online, you're like, ooh, I like that sketch. And you actually start thinking about projects and products that you want to use with that sketch. Exactly like my cards that I'm showcasing on the weekend, I used a couple sketches, and I was like, ooh, I think that will work perfect for this product. I'm always searching. I search Pinterest daily. I'm always looking for new ideas and ways to showcase that to you guys. So this is our sketch. So as I said, I'm going to show you the double page in a minute. I'm going to upload this video. I'm going to put the sketch, the pages, and the measurements and the supplies we use. So you can basically recreate this page. And you know what? You're thinking, Anne, I like the colors, but you know what? This is a starting point. You can totally use this page for a Christmas layout. You can put your Christmas title here. You got your mats. You could do Christmas DSP, and then you could do some fun Christmas elements. You can also do this as a fun beach page. You could do this as a summer page. Don't be like when I show you layouts, you're like, oh, I like that, but I'm not sure I would use it that way. And look at the layout and think, how can I use it to work with my pictures? And that's what that is great. So that when you go sit down to scrapbook or craft with friends at a crop, you have those ready to go. All right, so there is the first page. Let's bring in the second page. So I'm just gonna bring this in. So I basically mimicked what I did, but switched it up. So I used the paper, and you can tell my strips are here, but I kind of just hit it a little bit. My title is Special Moments Family. I brought in You're Seriously the Best. I brought in that element that we did on the other page, the 3 leaves, the little dies again from the Spotlight on Nature, and I got my same mats. These mats are actually 4 by 5 1/4. So you can do a 4 by 5 photo, and then this one can be a 4 by 4. I'm just giving you different options of using your pictures. Sometimes when you take a picture, there's background things you're not necessarily liking. You can, just cut them or crop them, however you want. Or, like maybe this is a family event that you went to and you wanted to include maybe like a wedding card, or not a wedding card, but a invite card. There's so much you can do on these pages and way you can use those photos. All right, I'm going to bring this in so you can kind of see the layout together, as I will put a picture of this layout up on like the double page spread. So I'll show you the single pages, the double, and the sketch. That way you can see it. But there is our page tonight featuring the textured notes bundle that is part of the Botanical Textured Suite. As I said, that product is, when I looked this morning, it was not available. Actually, I didn't look this morning. I was having some computer problems. When I looked yesterday, it was not available. It says it's supposed to be in the warehouse by May 12th. That's why I kind of wanted to show you this suite, so that if you're liking these products, you could put them and get ready to order them when they come available. All right, everyone. I want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you liked this scrapbook page. I would love to hear your feedback, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Did you like building from a sketch? Is that something you would like to see more of? I'm excited. If you have ideas, let me know. I would love to see, help you. I want to help you craft. I want to help make crafting easy for you. So I hope those tips tonight about the little holders and the way I store my die pieces, I hope that all helped you. Kathy says, very nice, Anne. Oh, thanks, Kathy. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. Just a reminder, if you are wanting to place an order, you're like, hey, I love this, Anne, I want to order it. I'm excited to tell you Stampin' Up! Has a new reward program. Let's just bring this in so you can see it. It started on May 15th. It is the best because everyone benefits from this new program. Any order here in Canada over $25 before shipping and taxes, you will benefit. You will get 10% back in rewards. And the best part about it is you get to accumulate those rewards and use them how you want to use them. If you're like, you know what, I want to save up for like the Spotlight on Nature dies, you can place some orders, and when you have the money, the rewards there, you can order. Maybe you want to save up for a stamp and cut emboss machine. Maybe you want to save up for this botanical textured suite. Guess what? You can do that. The one thing I want to make sure you know is you have to create an online account. So the easiest way is to go to my blog, www.stampwithan, click shop now. That will take you to my online store. Sign in. If you already have an account with me, sign in. If you don't, create an account. But the one thing I want to make sure it'll say opt in to our new Stampin' Rewards. Make sure you opt that in. It's a pop-up that will come up because that is how you're going to get your rewards saved. So if you don't opt in, you're not going to be opted into the reward program. So I really want to make sure you do that. And the best thing about here in Ontario and Quebec, we have laws that our rewards are gifted. So our rewards will never expire. How exciting is that? I mean, if you need help, I'm here to help. If you're a person who's like, you know what, Anne, I don't want to do rewards. I still want you to place my order. I can still do that for you. So please let me know. Kathy says, I love the muffin tin tip. Oh, that's a mouthful. Love the muffin tin tip. Oh, I'm glad you like that. And she says, thanks so much. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. All right, everyone, I'm off to watch hockey. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will show you a card class to go featuring the Textured Notes bundle. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me tonight, and have a great rest of your evening. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.